Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. As usual, the Concrete Bunker is back with another one of these notorious updates. Your host today will be Split Personalities and Parallel Universes George. In today's episode, we have completed the main assembly of our Leopard 2 A5 from italeri in 1/35 scale and kit number 365. Since Past George is going to take over this video, I want you guys to grab a seat, make yourselves comfortable, and crack the mandatory cold one so you can enjoy this episode. Let's see what he has done, because from what he has informed me, this one was not an easy task to do. It was a lot of glue in hands and a lot of fiddly parts. So let's have a look.
Hi guys, Past George is in the house, and here is my story about the turret assembly. Here is part 1, and what you see in front of you is the gun barrel I meant to use for the Dutch version, and I sanded it excessively, so right now it is a rectangle piece and garbage, so I'm gonna use the gun barrel for the German assembly, even though I assembled the Dutch vehicle. So this is going to be our little secret. Now that you know our little secret, first part that needs to go onto the turret is the gun manlet. This piece almost clicks in place. You just have to line it up properly in front because of the triangle shape of this part of the turret in general. What it surprised me was the fact that the kit doesn't give you the option to make this piece elevate, so there is no movement on the gun barrel. It does not elevate, it does not go up or down, even though I read thoroughly the instructions. Anyway, it is what it is right now, so we're gonna have it stationary. Next up we have this part, which is a two-part assembly. It is an armor plate that goes on top of the turret, but first you need to attach a small periscope that I am going to attach right now with my professional use of tweezers over here. This is another part that almost clicks in place that you're gonna see. Almost clicks in place. And now we move on to our next armor plate, which is a small square that will go over here where I apply my glue. There is no location points for this part, and luckily it was the only part with no location points onto the turret. Anyway, I followed the instructions as closely as I can, and I decided to attach it over here. If I am lucky enough, this is correct. And now we move on to the commander's hats, if it is the commander's hats. Anyway, guys, you know, you can always correct me in the comment section below. First part that we are going to attach around this hatch is this vision block. And the next part will be this hatch ring that goes on top. You can see it has two holes that you need to line up with the pegs located onto the ring. This part was a bit warped out of the box in my case. That's why it took me a while to attach it properly. But no biggie, as you can see. And next we will move on to the vision blocks located in the front. Over here we need to attach two parts that are like windows, quote unquote windows, that you can pose them open or close. My choice was to pose them open because of clearly reasons. Anyway, those two pieces have ridges and the ridges need to go on the inside, need to go onto near the vision blocks. You know what I mean. For a moment here, I am trying to focus on the part and show you this ridge, but it wasn't possible for me. So just for your info, the ridge is located onto the left side of my tweezers. Anyway, I realized that it won't focus, so you have to take my word on it. Now let's see if I am capable of attaching this part, in which case I am not, because this little thing fights me back for a while. Anyway, here it is in place. I'm gonna try to give you a better look. And finally we move on to the gun barrel. Note that the manlet will need to be firmly in place and the glue has to be set because it is a bit of snag fit over here, so note that. And we have the first part of the turret assembly ready. Here is a better look with my professional cameraman skills. And we are moving on to the second part. Over here, these detail pieces need to go onto the turret. 3 of them will need to go in the upper side of the turret, and those 3 parts are the elevation hooks. You know, they are those hooks that you hang the turret in case of a vehicle service. I will try to attach the rear, but I need to open the hole, one of the 2 holes. I made a mistake and I didn't do it off camera, so now I'm gonna do it in front of the camera. Improvise, adapt, overcome. And now we move on to the two front hooks. Over here I have to tell you that I made excessive use of glue. It is my OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And I create two small pools for the parts to swim inside. So it's pool number 1 on the left, pool number 2 on the right. Now, swim, little part, swim! You together with your friend. And we move on to those two grab handles that you will see me eventually attach onto the sides. In the beginning I am trying to attach them with my tweezers, but I quickly, not so quickly to be honest, realized that it isn't possible. So I will move attaching them with my most trusty tools, my fingers. But let's see me struggle here for a while. I tell you guys, the struggle here is real. Why it is always so difficult to do it in front of the camera? Tell me your opinion in the comment section below. Anyway, I made it, and the part is in place. And stay there. And we move on to the second grab handle, in which case lessons learned, and I quickly try with my fingers again. Next up we have the gunners or loaders hatch ring. Once again, this ring has pegs and holes that you need to line up properly so it can fall exactly in place. And as you can see here, I'm trying to line it up properly. I will apply my glue. And I will move on to the base of the MG. It's the small part you will probably see right now, there in the corner. Now this part in reality slides all over the top of the hatch ring, so the AMG can look in all directions, and that's why I am trying to line it up over here, even though it won't slide, because it was never meant to slide in this kit. Of course I knock over my grab handle, but I will pause the video and fix it in place off camera. What did I told you? I fixed it in place. And this is part 2 of the turret assembly. And now we will move on to our smoke discharger assembly. I have already assembled the other side, which is not visible right now, and here is the sequence of how I did it. First of all, you need to apply excessive glue, and when I say excessive glue, it is by my standards. You don't need to apply so much. And then you're going to grab the base and stick it onto this place, the base. You're gonna see the first part, which I call it a base. It's this one. Now, if you take a closer look, there is a part in the middle. Let's drop over here. So there is a part right that needs to go onto the base right now, which looks like a shelf. It is the part that you see with the 3 holes. It is keyed, so it goes one direction only. And you need to attach it onto the base. And take a moment there to make sure that it is on a 90-degree angle, so you can have the proper look. Here it is keyed, as I said. Here is my professional use of tweezers once again. I press it, and I will pause the video to make sure that it is on a 90-degree angle, as I said. Paused. Now, there are 3 pairs of smoke discharger, 3 pairs of assembly. Here is how the smoke dischargers go together, and don't look at this example because I am off frame here. Now I am on frame. So put those 3 assemblies together. Wait for a moment so everything will set in place and the glue has dried, because it is quite fragile pieces. There are quite fragile pieces. Sorry guys, forgot how to English. Now I'm gonna pause the video again. I have paused the video again. Everything is set in place, and with my professional use of tweezers, I'm gonna attach the smoke dischargers on the quote-unquote shelf. Make sure that the parts go properly in place, because all 3 are angled, so when they discharge the smoke, it won't hit each other. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. Sorry. And our assembly is ready and good to go. In a moment I'm gonna show you both sides and how they look. Here is the side that I made off camera, and on top the other one. And that's part 3 of the turret assembly. Now on part 4 we have a 6-part assembly which is for the extension of the turret basket. Where you see me apply glue, there is 2 ridges that inside go 2 pieces that separate the turret basket. Now the first part is this one. The 90-degree angle goes on top and the other angle goes on the bottom of the basket, and it slides in place. Let's go for the second one. Once again 90-degree on top, the other angle on the bottom. Slides in place. Repetition. And now we move on to the rear, and we have this part that I have to make a confession. It pissed me off because in the course of the assembly I knocked it over multiple times. And that's why I use excessive amounts of glue. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. And we have this 2-part assembly, which is a winch. Now about this winch, the keen eye will see that in the inside part of the piece there are 2 injection mold marks, which I didn't sand it because I was afraid to sand the detail off. Over there it is supposed to be a towing rope, so I kept it as it is. If I will find the copper wire, I'm gonna make my own towing rope and I'm gonna place on top of it, but until that moment it stays as it is. And now I am going to dry fit the part onto the turret. Another confession I need to make it is that's the only part that I work off frame. And you will see. Anyway, I test fitted the part, and now you will have to take a look onto the blurry beautifulness of my cutting mat. Until I come back, guys, tell me, what's new? How was your day? And I am back. I have applied the glue onto the turret, and now I am attaching the basket. And it is in place. This is how it is supposed to look. And that's part 4 if I remember correctly. Next up we have the turret basket lids. There are 2 of them. This one is the bigger one, and you will see that I didn't line it up correctly. So be warned, it will fail. It will fall off. Be precise. What did I told you? You have been warned. Anyway, second time is the charm, and second time I get it properly. Once again, be warned, right now I'm gonna knock off that part I told you earlier. I knocked it off. You have been warned. Let's reattach it in place. And now let's move on to the smaller lid, which clicks in place here, guys. Believe me, it clicks in place. You won't be able to hear it, but you have to take my word on it. Now you can pause them open or closed, these two parts, the lids, but I decided to pause them closed because of, once again, clearly reasons. And now we move on to the hatches, commanders and gunners or loaders hatch. The first one, the two-part assembly, is the commander's hatch. You can pause both hatches open or closed. I choose to pause them closed because there is no inside detail on the turret. There is no bridge, there is nothing, and I have no figures to place onto the turret, so the hatches will stay closed. Professional use of tweezers over here, and inside we go. I'm gonna line it up and I'm gonna apply my glue. Once again, I know I say that a lot, but what can we do? And we move on to the most difficult hatch I have made for this kit. This is the three-part hatch. It is the gunner / loader's hatch. There are too many holes that you need to fill, and that was my weird sense of humor here. Now, this is the inner part of the hatch. I'm gonna hold these two pieces together and apply my glue. And you can clearly see that there are six knobs. You will see them when here. There are 6 knobs that need to line up with 6 shallow holes on the part that I am grabbing here. And it takes me a moment to line them up properly. So bear with me, guys. Let's try to line the parts up, those two parts together. I'm fighting a bit here, moving the part left and right. As you can probably see. I know it is a bit dark, guys, but I learn as I go, so I promise you I will do better videos in the future. Third time is the charm in this case. And now it is tweezer time. And that's part 5. Now about the next part, kit provides you with a mesh that you need to attach on top of an assembly, which is meant to be the two rear turret baskets. And here is my excuse for this mess that you see in front of you. This mess was a mess. It took me 1.5 hours to assemble those two things you see over here, and it was impossible for me to record, so I did it off camera. I know it doesn't look perfect, but it is what it is right now. I'm going to attach the turret onto the hull and give you a final look. That was my story for the turret assembly. I hope you guys enjoyed. Past George is out for the moment. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.
And with all that past George said and done, here is how the Leopard is currently looking. As you can see, most of it is in one piece, finally. The turret is ready, the lower hull is ready. Okay, we are missing the moving gear and the Pioneer tools and accessories, but most of it is there. You can have a general look of how it is going to look. Probably on our next episode we're gonna lay down some base coats, make it in one piece, so you can have a final look, and probably if time lets me do it, we're gonna have some initial weatherings. So this is everything for today's update, my friends. Before I go, I want to thank each and every one of you guys, new plus old subscribers and viewers, for stopping by, taking a look and supporting my channel. For the newcomers, welcome guys. For the old timers, thank you guys for the support. I hope that all of you like what I do here. If so, please leave a like, a comment with your thoughts and opinions, share this video if you believe that it needs to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofoy Damon and my hippie friend over here, signing out.